Here we are at ETS with Thomas Boemkes. He's manager of, tell us what you do.
Yeah, sure. I'm Managing Director of Diversity Tourism, based in Munich, Germany.
And Diversity Tourism does what?
We are doing mainly consulting and marketing in different markets, doing mainly work for trade shows, conferences, workshops, but doing also work in the B2C market with a website we have, Tom on Tour in the German market.
And what is your area of specialty?
Currently, we are working in LGBT tourism and medical tourism.
Oh, okay. So, well, let's start with LGBT tourism then. There was a belief for a long time that it was going to be the gay market, the gay traveler, that was going to lead our way out of the pandemic because, the history of gay travel, they're adventure takers, they have time to do it, they have the money, et cetera, et cetera. In general, did you see that happen or just give me some 30,000-foot views of what you think happened or is happening?
Is happening. I think right now, after this pandemic, it's really something that's new for most of us. And when it comes to the LGBT market, I think it's same like I think the general market more. Everybody wants to travel back. Everybody saved a lot of money also because people got the same salary in the time. They have the same money, and everybody wants to travel. In the general market, family wants to travel. LGBT people wants to travel. Like everybody wants to travel. That's probably the kind of travel changed a little bit. People more like in Europe, maybe people going by car, doing car vacation. They're doing rental homes.
Sure.
So that changed, and I think this changed also probably in the LGBT market, but not something you could think that LGBT leads the way out of the pandemic. I don't think so.
I think you brought up a great point in that piece that I read, and that is the desire was there, but the ability wasn't there. Because you said the discos were closed, the clubs were closed, there was almost no inventory for hotels. Classic, what are the classic gay getaways for Europe? Ibiza, what else?
Yes, like mainly in wintertime we have Gran Canaria. It's really the one spot where everybody goes. From the UK, from Netherlands, from Italy, Germany, everybody goes. Because the Mediterranean is a little bit too cold in wintertime. But in summer we have much more. We have like Mykonos, we have Ibiza, Sitges, Barcelona. In Italy we have Taormina, Puglia. So we have a lot of getaways in the Mediterranean in summer. But everything was closed, really.
Sure.
Still closed.
Still closed. But what was interesting, though, is I think for people in the United States, they didn't understand that the EU it was left up to country by country, was it not? Did it create a patchwork? Did it create a complication, I guess?
It was very complicated. Even when you went by car, say from Germany to Spain, and to Austria, Switzerland, France, it was so complicated. On every border you had different rules, different regulations, and sometimes in countries, like also in Spain, in the different states in Spain, they closed just the highway. Because when you got from Catalonia to the province of Valencia, they closed the highway. So you cannot go because you don't live there. It was really weird.
Wow.
And when you came by car from Germany to Spain, you were stuck on the highway.
Sure.
That was a kind of...
Well, and that makes messaging impossible. Like, what is the message then coming out of Europe about travel? And it becomes, when you can't move from one province of Spain to another, that becomes so hyper-local, there's no way to communicate that.
Yes, absolutely. It was really difficult, and I think what we should learn out of this, that especially for Europe, that we really have to work closer together, that we need European health organizations to bring everything together, and that not even every state in the country can do its own thing. Also in Germany, that drives everybody crazy in the end of the day. And it makes tourism impossible in the end of the day.
And it makes tourism marketing impossible, right?
Absolutely
because there's no message, there's no cohesive message. In fact, there's no audience, right?
And in the end of the day, why should the virus stop on the border? I mean, the virus is not that intelligent. The virus goes anyway, so we need one health system.
Roger Dow, president of U.S. Travel, said something very interesting in his open remarks the other day, and I hadn't thought of this before. Even in America, while we had Disney World open in Florida, Disneyland in California was closed, right?
Yeah.
So even on that level, on the theme park level, exact same theme. I know they're different parks, but they're the same product, different versions of the same product, using the same protocols. One was yes, one was no.
The point is that when it comes to the virus, it is in some regions it's more like an epicenter, like you say New York City was really the epicenter of this. And when you go to the countryside, it wasn't so difficult there. But this is also not about of borders. It's become urban and rural societies, not about these borders somewhere in Europe or in the US. And I think that is why we need to get these rules and regulations when it comes to big numbers in some areas.
Right.
then you need the regulations, and when it's not, it's not. So this is more that we have to think in borders. Borders is this man-made, and the virus don't care about the man-made borders.
And it's kind of funny, not funny. Well, it's ironic, but here we are sitting at IPW still talking about COVID. It seemed like, we got the vaccines. We're going to get this under control. Summer travel is going to pick up, and then it just didn't happen. Do you see a lot of pent-up demand for travel in the LGBTQ space?
Demand? Absolutely. Absolutely. Big demand in every kind of LGBT travel. If it's like the cruise travel, we have upcoming cruises, LGBT cruises in February. People want to go there. The beach vacation is everybody wants to go. Especially these circuit parties and the gay pride season for next year. Really, people want to go there, but we need that we can plan everything securely, and that is difficult at the moment. We don't know really what's going on in wintertime. Like skiing is a very important thing in winter. We have big ski events in Europe, but also in the US. And it was very difficult for us, but we had to cancel our gay snow happening event in Austria in March next year already, because the regulations are too difficult. And the Austrian government just said today, so even for next winter, it is, the ski season will happen. But it's a big but when it comes to après-ski parties. It will be handled like a restaurant, so you have to sit down there. And when the numbers will get up, they will close the après-ski parties at 6 o'clock in the evening.
Right.
So there are no parties again.
Which is half the reason you go, right? Sometimes it's all the reason you go.
Maybe nearly almost the reason. And that is why we had to cancel that.
So talk me through Germany right now, because I know Germany is very proud of the efficiency and the following rules. How are things playing out in the German market specifically?
I think in the beginning it was also very difficult for Germany because we never had this before. Yeah. But I think now, after this few months, we got much more better. So in Germany, I think the figures are that 70% of is vaccinated in the German population, which is already good.
Right.
And the German government says, okay, everybody has can get vaccinated now until October, and everybody who get not vaccinated until October will get COVID for sure in winter.
Right.
So that's what they say. And so they say next spring we are nearly over it because everybody who is vaccinated has it or got COVID. So next summer we think we will nearly back to normal.
So we're very happy you're here. We're very happy for the international folks here at eTourism Summit and IPW and Thrive as well. I think a lot of that, by and large, was through the efforts of U.S. Travel to get the exemption. Are you here on the exemption? How was that? How was that to apply for? Was it hard?
No, it was actually not hard. No, but it was really because of IPW. We got this knee waiver because we're IPW delegates, and U.S. Travel Association did a very good job on this. But the point was, we got this 2 weeks prior we left from Germany. So we did a big trip. We did it for 3 weeks. We went to other conferences, to the IGLTA conference, did other fan trips, and we planned everything far ahead with all these flights. And 2 weeks before, we had no idea if we can go or not, because IPW could not guarantee that we get a knee waiver. But when we have registered for this we got our knee waiver in 3 days. Wow. It was very easy. Wow. It was very good.
Through the consulate? How'd you do that?
No. It was directly via IPW. You just have to register for IPW.
So and IPW handled everything?
IPW and directly with Homeland Security in Washington. We had to do anything. It was a little bit weird because we didn't get any email or paperwork, nothing. And at the airport, it was like, oh, why can you go? You're German. You're not allowed to travel. So yeah, but look in the records, it must be in there.
That's extraordinary. And I didn't know that. And again, congratulations to the IPW team. I know Roger, Dow, and Tori, and the group there, and Malcolm, that they pulled this off this year. It's spectacular. And we're going to have another one in June, right, in Orlando. So
yes, we're very looking much forward to Orlando next
7 months or 8 months of each other. But hey, we look forward to seeing you there. We thank you for being here today. And we got a couple more days left of this conference. But everything you do all the time and these conversations are so meaningful to us. It's a great market. It's a great market for the U.S. As well. And danke schön, Schatzi.
Gerne.
Thank you very much. We're here with Tom Boemkes at eTourism Summit, IPW and Thrive in Las Vegas. Thanks so much.
Thank you.